Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Carly Siegel. We're starting off the show with day 2 of our State Fair coverage. I'm joined by our anchors, Stacy Skrysak and Dawn Sterling, and Chief Meteorologist Cheryl Lemke. We'll check in with Cheryl over at the pork patio later in the show. But first, I want to start with Dawn and Stacy. You both were out there last night for the Twilight Parade, and now on day 2, how's the fair treating you both?
Hot. I was just going to say hot. Yeah. We are melting. If you're coming down, the nice thing is we have found there are a lot of water stations.
And cooling stations. So, like, you know, sensory stations for the kids, that's a cooling station. The expo building is a cooling station.
And, you know, we're right here on the main street here by right in front of the grandstand.
That's right. And people are already going into the concert for Jake Owen tonight, which starts at 8. And it's just a great time all around. Not as many people today, but it is super hot. Now it's going to start, people getting off work.
We're already noticing. I'm like, well, you can look behind us. It's starting to pick up. And today, every day, we've got a theme. Today's Ag Day.
Yep, so, the OG of the events, right? So a lot of stuff ag-related. There is always a popular Golden Apes food vendor contest and the Illinois craft beer competition. And we can't forget about the cutest little farmer.
Well, this morning, ag industry professionals, farm families from all over they gathered for the breakfast, but Ag Day's not just for ag folks. Everyone can experience agriculture.
At the end of the day is livestock, food, everything we do today is part of agriculture. So if you live in the city, if you live in the country, you're part of agriculture and want to be part of it. End of the day is come see all of us, and we want to see you and get to know you.
Well, with agriculture being the #1 industry within our state, it only makes sense to have a whole day dedicated to farmers that feed and clothe us every single day.
Okay, now's my part about
now you get to
cutest farmer, all that fun stuff, the OG stuff. And then there's craft beer, and of course you have the Abe's thing. We did that last year. We had that dill pickle pizza. Yum. So good. Tonight is the first of the fair's many grandstand concerts. This evening's act is country music star Jake Owens. The show begins at 8, and the stands will open at 7, and people are already headed in now. Stacey says this new year, they will be walking through metal detectors and bag checks at all times, right? No purses, backpacks, duffel bags will be allowed in. I also say make sure you have your ticket downloaded to your phone because signal can get disrupted with so many people in one place. Another reminder, all concessions are now cashless. No outside containers are allowed.
Yes. Now, a lot of people, they kind of get maybe deterred from the fair when they think, oh, God, how are we going to find parking? It's going to be too busy. But if you ever go around the fair area in the north side of town, there are a ton of families and organizations that use their lawns for you to park.
And fair parking as well, of course. But Fox Illinois' Emily Jordan spoke with one family that's been doing this for as long as they can remember with their yard and parking.
This home behind me has been in Ritter's family for generations. For them, offering state fair parking is a family affair. Ritter says his family has been offering extra parking for fairgoers for the last 5 generations.
Keep coming. Trust me. Keep on coming.
Plus a few parking lessons while they're at it.
I was born and raised into this. We've got customers that have been coming, families that have been coming for generations that have their kids coming. So it's almost a responsibility we have as a safe parking place. Why we continue to do it.
There's always an attendant outside Ritter and his sister's property, and always a light on. Ritter tells me it's not about making money. The profit they do make goes towards paying property taxes or to free bottled water on these hot August days. Reporting live, I'm Emily Jordan. Back to you.
All right, and there are, you know, the neat thing is a lot of organizations that also will be raising money by doing it right across from the main entrance of St. Aloysius.
Right, and then you have APL, which is right outside of Gate 6. They have parking for, you know, $5-10.
And then Ridgely Elementary, which just is a few blocks, $5. And all this money that gets raised goes back to either the school or to the organization.
All right.
Welcome back. We are live right across the way from the grandstand. We're staring at it, but if you can see here, we're getting a nice break from a giant Adirondack chairs.
Giant.
And you know what? We've noticed a lot of different seating here this year. So there's these two here, but there's a lot of benches as you walk around.
Yes, and more so even where it wasn't before when you go by the ag tent and all that stuff. So lots of different seating that really helps, and a lot of shade in areas too, and cooling centers. So again, Ag Day, it's perfect because it represents so much about Illinois. Ag is such a big deal.
It is, and of course, we have, everyone knows, our resident ag expert and reporter, Eliza Petrie. She's in heaven here, and she's been busy.
She has been very busy. She met up with some livestock exhibitors at a glimpse of the fair from their perspective. Of course, I'm going to love to see this. Eliza?
Yes, while I'm our agriculture reporter here at the station, I grew up on a grain production farm, so showing livestock is quite foreign to me, but it's such a huge part of the Illinois State Fair. So I thought it'd be exciting for Agriculture Day to be taught how to show a heifer. So I have Taylor and Tyler Cole here with me to give me some lessons. Are you guys ready to show me your skills? Okay, so first let's start. You gave me the stick, and I don't know what I'm doing with it. So what is this used for?
Really, the stick's mainly used for calming her down. So we either scratch her brisket or her belly, and it's mainly just to make sure she'll stay in that position so the judge can still look at her.
So adjusting the structure, but then also comforting it as
Correct.
they go.
Yeah.
Okay, so Taylor, what are some things to keep in mind when you're in the show ring?
When in the show ring, it just depends. Like for showmanship, you want to make sure that you give your judge the best look of your animal, so make sure that you're not in any holes, make sure you're like sticking out to the judge, and making sure that your animal is set up the best way that you can make them.
At the end of the day, you obviously aim for the banners, the prizes, the ribbons, but for us, the main goal after showing is to make new experiences, make new friends, attain goals, and all of this will better us for the future.
Now it's time to take what I've learned to the test.
And then this is when I switch hands with the... Okay. Calming. Okay. Okay, now go. Feet look great, right? Switch. Okay, and then I go back around. Okay. All right. Come on. All right, so after our little mini lesson, I'm curious how you guys think I did. Taylor?
I think you did pretty good.
Okay, Tyler?
It's not the worst I've seen.
Okay, I will take that. I will take that. And thank you so much for your help here on this Ag Day. And I know that today was all about making sure the heifer looked great, but also the Master Showmanship competition is tonight, which is all about how you show as a showman, being the master of all. So I will be live tonight at the Master Showmanship competition. Tune in for that. But in the meantime, reporting at the Illinois State Fairgrounds, Eliza Petrie, back to you.
She's a fast learner, right? So she did great. And, you know, I love that scratching the brisket calms them down. Now we know the sticks aren't mean by any... Yes. And as she was talking about that Master Showmanship competition, that's actually starting right now. And Eliza will get the chance to talk with the winner of that competition tonight on ABC News Channel 20 at 10.
Sounds good. With this hot weather, National Weather Service is actually emphasizing and telling you need to stay cool.
You seriously need to hydrate, and there's plenty of places to get that water here at this Illinois State Fair. So if you're feeling the heat of the State Fair, there are cooling centers located across the street from the grandstand and inside the first aid station. And if you can't make it to the centers, find a police officer or state fairground employee, and they will help you out.
Get hot really quick. You can get sick. You can start feeling faint or even passing out. If you're feeling thirsty, you're already on the verge of dehydration. So keeping up with your water intake is very important, and taking breaks in the shade or in air-conditioned buildings.
The National Weather Service is at the State Fair supporting public safety officials and keeping officials aware of any changes in the heat or storms on the horizon. So
They're doing a lot.
Yes.
And we've seen a ton of the water stations. Now, one place that is really cool.
Okay. Yeah, yes. And then we have, just so you know, you can always get the latest weather forecast on our WICS weather app. It can be found for free on the Google Play and Apple App Store. Just search WICS weather. And if you've been watching our fair coverage for a while now,
This segment sponsored by Illinois Pork Producers.
All right, one of the places where there's a lot of fans and shade, the pork patio.
And that's where we find our Cheryl Lemke. That's what I was going to do before I realized there was that stinger, the pork patio stinger. She's a big fan of the pork patio. Cheryl?
Hi everyone, we are live here at the Pork Patio, located directly across from the main grandstand area. We're in the Commodities Pavilion. And again, this is the place to go if you love pork like I do. They have some really scrumptious, delicious tasting pork entrees that are available here. And as we look over to the side here, you can see that already we have several families that have gathered, getting their dinner for tonight. I'm sure the crowds will only be picking up even more, though, as the evening wears on. We have a big concert going on tonight at the main grandstand. We have Jody Messina, followed by Jake Owen. That'll be the headliner event. And the concert all gets underway around 8 o'clock for tonight, so you know, you can bet your bottom dollar the crowds will only be picking up as the evening wears on. Again, we're here live at the Pork Patio. And joining me this evening, we have Miss Jackie Weibel. She's with the Illinois Pork Producers Association. Hey, Jackie.
Hi, how are you again?
Doing really well. Now, besides putting on the pork patio, which is a huge undertaking, you guys are also actively involved in the Piglets and Parade. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so over at our birthing center, just east of the Coliseum, we have a simulator pig barn, and you're able to see the sows and the baby piglets with the nursery and be able to learn with our ambassador, Drew Mickey, who is in charge of it. He's able to talk to you about the process of our piglets, and you can walk through and be able to see all of them and pet them.
So do we have some brand new little piglets that were just born?
We do. So they're just about a week old, and there's about 35, 40 piglets in the barn right now.
And what are the hours of operation for the Piglets and Parade?
It's from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Okay, cool. Fantastic. Yeah. Now, you guys are also involved with that pork program, the Pork Power program. Tell us a little bit briefly about that.
So our Pork Power program is, we've been doing it since 2008, and it's been a donation process of ground pork to our regional food banks, and then from those food banks, they're able to distribute it to the places of other food banks in the state of Illinois. Since it's been going on in 2008, we have donated over 1 million ground pork to our food banks.
Yeah, that is an awesome project, and you guys do such a wonderful job, and you're so integral for our state fair, so we really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Welcome back. We are here at the Budweiser Clydesdale stable again, and we talked about the horses during our 5 o'clock show, but at 5:30, something you might not know is that the mascot of the actual Clydesdales has their own mascot, and it is a Dalmatian. So tell me a little bit about how that came to be.
Sure. So we brought the Dalmatians in the 50s. It was kind of a nod to tradition. Dalmatians are a typical traditional coaching dog, so they would protect the load when you were making your beer deliveries.
Oh, how awesome is that? And they sit shotgun with the driver, correct?
Always. Yeah, they're always right up front and center.
Now, is it both? We have Natty here and we have Lulu.
Yep. Yes, we have Natty and Lulu. They have their own brass harness that matches the horses.
Okay, let me see. Natty, Lulu, can we get Tree? Come on, Tree. Look at you. Yes, a good one. Are you Lulu? And you, Natty?
Yep.
Okay, all right. What is your favorite part of your job?
I love traveling around, especially state fairs like this one. Like, you get to see all the people and share the horses and the dogs with everybody, because it's not something everybody gets to see every day.
Love it. Thank you so much, and thank you for sharing these awesome majestic horses and the pups with us.
And it's day 2 of the Illinois State Fair, and Fox Illinois is out and about once again. Our crew has been at the fair all day, catching up on all of the fun. As Darren mentioned, we've got a blazing week ahead of us at the State Fair, which is why the National Weather Service is emphasizing the importance of staying cool. There's options if you're feeling the heat at the State Fair. There are cooling centers across the street from the grandstand and inside the first aid station. If you start getting overheated and you're far away, find a police officer or a state fairground employee.
Get hot really quick. You can get sick. You can start feeling faint or even passing out. If you're feeling thirsty, you're already on the verge of dehydration. So keeping up with your water intake is very important, and taking breaks in the shade or in air-conditioned buildings.
The National Weather Service is at the State Fair supporting public safety officials. They're keeping officials aware of any changes in the heat or storms on the horizon. And to wrap up Agriculture Day at the fair, the Master Showmanship competition is being held. Livestock exhibitors compete to see who is the best showman in the state of Illinois. And that's where we find our ag reporter, Eliza Petrie. She's going to tell us more about the significance of this event.
Yes, Spencer, thank you so much for filling in for me anchoring this evening so I can be out here enjoying Agriculture Day at the Illinois State Fair. I've been out here all day, and the perfect way to wrap up Ag Day is the Master Showmanship competition. It's a huge night for our livestock exhibitors here at the fairgrounds. The livestock shows are such a big part of the Illinois State Fair, so perfect for Agriculture Day. And throughout the whole fair, you want to always have the best in show, the best livestock, the best goats, the best sheep, the best horses, XYZ. But tonight is about how you show them. So these exhibitors show pigs and cows and sheep, and they show how well they are at showing that livestock. It's all about having composure, making eye contact with the judges, and also your knowledge on the industry. As they're showing, judges are asking them questions, and it's about how well, if they're the master of all, the master showman. So literally right now, they are doing the award ceremony. We're going to find out very soon who is the best livestock exhibitor in the state of Illinois. So tune in the next 30 minutes. Hopefully we can grab them for an interview. But in the meantime, reporting at the Illinois State Fairgrounds, Eliza Petrie, back to you.
Thank you, Eliza. And as we just said, and what she just said, we'll be hearing from her again later in the show. And this morning, ag industry professionals and farm families from all over the state gathered for breakfast on the State Fair director's lawn. But Ag Day is not just for ag folks. Everyone can experience agriculture when they visit this year's State Fair.
At the end of the day is livestock, food, everything we do today is part of agriculture. So if you live in the city, if you live in the country, you're part of agriculture and want to be part of it. End of the day is come see all of us, and we want to see you and get to know you.
With agriculture being the #1 industry within our state, it only makes sense to have a whole day dedicated to the farmers that feed and clothe us every single day. And one place you can visit at the State Fair is Conservation World. They have daily exhibits and activities for the whole family. There's fishing, clinics, archery, and a rock climbing wall, just to name a few. And you can find Conservation World in the northwest corner of the fairgrounds. And there are plenty of non-animal related competitions happening around the Illinois State Fairgrounds as well. The annual Lego contest is the final day of the State Fair, Sunday the 17th. It takes place at the Expo building, and it's divided into 3 age groups, 5 to 8, 9 to 12, and 13 to 17. Registration for the first contest begins at 10 a.m. And the inaugural pickleball tournament at the State Fair is taking place on August 16th. The Illinois State Fair Pickleball Showdown is a round-robin style tournament for doubles. They'll have both a youth and adult competition. No equipment is needed, only athletic shoes. The first round of the tournament will begin at 10 a.m., and there are still a few slots open for team registration. And Fox Illinois has all of your State Fair coverage. You can catch us on air and online, and also follow us on social media for a look at more behind-the-scenes fun. Team coverage. Parking can be a dreaded affair at any big event, but some families living near the fair see it as an opportunity. Fox Illinois' Emily Jordan spoke with one family that's been helping out for as long as they can remember. Emily?
This home behind me has been in Mike Ritter's family for generations. For them, offering State Fair parking is a family affair. Ritter says his family has been offering extra parking for fairgoers for the last 5 generations.
Keep coming. Trust me. Keep on coming.
Plus a few parking lessons while they're at it.
I was born and raised into this. We've got customers that have been coming, families have been coming for generations that have their kids coming. So it's almost a responsibility we have as a safe parking place. Why we continue to do it.
There's always an attendant outside Ritter and his sister's property, and always a light on. Ritter tells me it's not about making money. The profit they do make goes towards paying property taxes or to free bottled water on these hot August days. Reporting live, I'm Emily Jordan. Back to you.
Thank you, Emily. And while some families offer fair parking, local organizations also use it as a fundraiser. Organizations like the APL and District 186's Ridgely Elementary School are among those offering parking for fairgoers with the money to go back to support their organizations. And if you're headed to the grandstand during the fair, you should take note of the recent changes. There will be walk-through metal detectors and bag checks at the entrances. Big purses, backpacks, and duffel bags are now allowed. If you leave the grandstand, you will have to go back through the safety checks to re-enter. Also, concession stands are now cashless. And remember to download your tickets before you head to the fairgrounds. And this weekend, you can head out to the fair for more events. Saturday is Kids Day. There'll be special programs geared towards the kiddos. And remember, children 12 and under get into the fair for free. Sunday is Veterans and Gold Star Family Days. Vets and their families can get into the fair for free, and you can get discounts on ride passes. You must show some form of military ID. And Fox Illinois has all of your state fair coverage. You can catch us online and on the air. Follow us on social media for a look at more behind-the-scenes fun. Now we're going to head back out to the Illinois State Fair, where we find our ag reporter, Eliza Petrie. She's been spending all day taking in everything Ag Day has to offer, and she's now joined by this year's Master Showmanship winner that was announced just moments ago. Eliza?
Yes, Spencer, I am out here. The Master Showmanship competition just wrapped up. And about 30 minutes ago, I promised y'all that I would introduce you to this year's winner. So I have Hunter Scheich here from Unity. He's from Champaign County, so a local kid. We love to see that. And I want the viewers to first understand how big of a deal this is. You are the best livestock exhibitor in the state of Illinois. You were announced literally like 3 minutes ago. So I guess I'm just curious, how are you feeling?
It's pretty crazy. I mean, 65 counties, 65 exhibitors out there. A lot of kids who come from good families, lots of big-time showmanship kids and big backgrounds, and it's pretty cool to show with them and learn from them and whatnot.
Right, and obviously a lot of work was done in the show ring tonight, but also there's so much preparation that goes into making it all the way here at the State Fair and being the Master Showmanship winner. So kind of walk me through what that preparation looks like for you.
I'm pretty fortunate to show multiple species. I have pigs and sheep, and I've shown goats before, so there's 3 species in the contest: pigs, sheep, and cattle. And so I practice, every day with my pigs and sheep, and not specifically for like showmanship, but I admit it's a part of the daily routine. And so I'm lucky to be around those and have my family and friends that help me coach in that aspect, and friends and family that show cattle that are willing to help me and want to see me exceed that, help me get to this point today.
Yeah, definitely. You're mentioning your friends and family, and also the ag family is such a small group, and it's Ag Day out here today. So what does it mean to get together with all your colleagues and friends and compete this evening?
It's something special. I mean, it's a close-knit group of people who are all passionate and work hard day in and day out, and we all care for each other, want to see each other do well, and we want to see each other be around here and influence the other generations. So
yes, other generations, and you are the future of agriculture. So congratulations, Hunter, reporting live at the Illinois State Fairgrounds. Eliza Petrie, back to you.
Thank you, Eliza, and congratulations to Hunter. Ag Day might be coming to a close soon. Agriculture is represented in so many ways every day of the fair, and Eliza will be out at the fairgrounds every day capturing all things ag. So be sure to follow us on social media to follow along.
Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and be sure to watch more videos from Fox Illinois.